So with this new job, um, when I find out I'm actually pregnant, as soon as I tell them that I'm pregnant, once my assignment um once the decision came to if they was gonna hire me to be permanent or let me go, they let me go. So now I don't have a place, a job at all. And he's basically I know he was like he had his financial aid money. He paid I think a couple of months, but then he was taking out a bigger loan. So, but he had to wait a couple of months for that, for them to approve it, because he's been taking out loans and so much money out for school. Like I said, he's a professional student, so he had to wait for that big payout. So now, like, I have a bunch of free time. So now whenever my best friend, like, 'cause she started working was she working overnight? I think she was been working overnight. So whenever she would, at this time, and I got a car too. So at this time, yeah, because he was tired of sharing his car with me, and so he got me a car. Well, when my income tax came, I ended up getting like a little hoopty. So so when my best friend was not at work, I would go to their house and chill, because now I'm not working. Like, I'm looking for work, but I'm not working, so I'm like applying everywhere, and I'm not getting accepting for nothing. And I'm applying all for medical billing and coding, jobs billing, collections, all that stuff, and I'm not getting nothing. So during this period, when there was one night, I was like, I know when I get a good job, I'm gonna leave him. Cause there's one night I come to the where our apartment is, and at that time, like, they had the gate, so you had to wait until the gate opens or whatever. So there was a car in front of me, and I'm behind the car, and I'm looking at the car. I'm like, that car kind of looks familiar, but I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. All of a sudden, you know how that's why my seat always leaned back, because I used to always have to share cars with both of the people I had children with, and they always had their chair laid pushed all the way back. So I got used to that. So you know how dudes have their chair like this all the way back like that. So he's in the passenger side with his chair all the way, but then for some reason he sits up. Now the person I have children with, the first one, has dreads. Mind you, he turns, and because the car didn't have tints, I'm like, what he's doing in the passenger side? And there's a girl driving. He shot back down so fast. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I come up, and I actually I park, but then I wait. But the car, it's a small complex, but I'm watching in my rearview mirror how this car just came into the complex and then leaves. I said, that was him. That was him. I said, he's still with the shit. I don't say nothing. I go upstairs. I I do what I have to do, and then he comes back like 10, 15 minutes. Like, I'm like, were you in the car? Were you downstairs? Oh no, that wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay. So then another couple of days go by. Now I'm at my best friend's house, uh, um, with her, whatever, and we like just chilling, right? All of a sudden, my phone keeps ringing. It's a number that's blocked. Mind you, he's been back and forth from Fort Lauderdale, so I don't say nothing. So this unknown numbers keep calling me. So I'm at my best friend's house when I just finally took it because I don't understand who's this person that's it's a new it's not a new number, but you know what I'm saying. Like every time, like I said, when I would leave him, I would always change my number, so I couldn't understand who's calling me block. So the the girl on the phone asked for, which I knew the other child's name. Oh, can I speak to? I said, no, that person, you got the wrong number, and I hung up. They called back again. But this time, I already know her son doesn't have the last name of the person that I had children with. But when she calls back, she says, is Joseph. I said, no, you have the wrong number. But I already knew, like now you playing, like I already knew that's the only person. I'm like, why is, then she calls back a third time and was like, oh, can I speak to, then she says my, the person I had children with name. In my head, I'm like, how did this girl get my number? How did you get my, I didn't say nothing because mind you, they don't know he has another child. My best friend and her family, nobody knows that he has another child before my son. So we're there having fun. We're just, chilling and everything like that. That's why I said with these people, it was not always bad. It was a lot of times it was good, but when the bad happened, the bad happened. So I pretend like I just hang up on her, and inside I am boiling. I am boiling. Because, mind you, how did this girl get my number? That's when I figured out that he was still messing with her. That's why he was going back and forth. But I didn't know it at the time. So when I leave and go back home, mind you, I'm looking for him, and I don't see his car. But when I go into the apartment, we had a computer too. His MySpace, that's how old I am. His MySpace was open. So I'm like, why? And at first I thought it was mine, but then when I looked in it, it was still, he was still logged into it. When I tell you, the night that he pulled up, it was he was talking to this girl for months. For months, he was talking to this girl. He even used my food stamps because we was getting food stamps at the time to get her food off of my card. So I was so mad. I didn't know. I when I walked into the bathroom, because our bathroom, at the time when you turn on the light, the fan cuts on, and then you'll know somebody's in there. So when I go to turn on the light, just sitting there.